Are you sick of uncomfortable bras that never
There it is.
Right? Well, guess what? I have the solution for you. Ta-da! This bra from Shapermint.
I mentioned in a previous video that I had got a hold of a bunch of components, and this is just the SK ECG and those replacement brands that were available. I don't even know if you can get any of this stuff anymore, but I was able to get a bunch of this stuff from a shop that they were actually a authorized service for quite a few brands, and they had tons of this stuff that so there are some stuff probably that would never be using in, like TV sound IF amp detector output with a heat sink. What is that? A PNP, what is that, a germanium, really? FM broadcast band, that's kind of interesting, an RF transistor. Here's some 7407s, quite a few 7407s. A 3051 diode, ECG 165 or SK3115. I think that's a horizontal output. It says it right there on the bag. Horizontal output. There's a vertical deflection driver. And there's just tons of, and this is not even close to all of it. Here's a ECG 284. I was so used to the ECG part numbers. What's that one? That's some kind of a hybrid IC. A 4-output positive DC voltage regulator. Here's another high power switching TV horizontal output. ECG 283. So here's some more here. Here's some more, what's that one? ECG 389 or SK9411. There's a one of those STK packs, it looks like. A TV voltage regulator. Yeah, this looks like a germanium. Is it? PNPS silicon. ECG 180. Looks like a Motorola port. What else is in here? What's ERS? I don't even remember ERS. I think ERS uses the same numbers as SK, right? Am I right about that? I don't remember. ERS 56. A diode. What is that one again? It's a PNP silicon transistor. Another IC. What's this one here? The green one. NTE 738. It's a chroma processor. I mean, these are the replacement. What is that one? ECG 264, SK3181A. It's a 165 again. What's that one? That looks like a Varista. I didn't even know they made Varistas, but I guess why not? What's that? Is that another, what's that one? ECG 284, SK3836. So, and these are the ones that were in the bags. Then I got here's a bridge rectifier. I mean, there's just so much. And then I'm going to grab this one right here and throw it on top here. This was hang on a second here, let's get rid of that top. This is what was in little boxes. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know why some were in boxes and some were in bags, but ECG 381, ECG 36. I guess the larger ones look like they're on the bottom. What's an ECG 181 look like? It feels heavy. Oh yeah, okay. That's it right there. Put it back in the box. Put it back in the box. That was a movie. That was a movie. What was that? Con Air? When, what was his name in the movie? I forget. He was bringing home the little bunny rabbit for his daughter, and the other guy took it out of the box and he tried to threaten him with it. So he killed him. Well, I shouldn't say that. He unlived him, I guess, is the proper way to say it. And he said to him in the end, "Now why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?" That's what that reminds me of. What's that one? That's a ECG 6026. That's another very heavy one in a little box. What is that? Let's see if we can see it. Oops. Oh, look at that. That's like a diode. I didn't expect a diode, but I like these that they come with all the hardware and everything. Kind of cool. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of this stuff I got's hard to get. I saw in here were, if I could find them, 181, 238. What are these? Okay, I think this may be one. Some of these were those amplifier. Here's one right here, see? If you remember those old, I forget what they call these, they used them in like the Techniques amplifiers. There's a whole dump load of these, and they came with the little insulator. There's a whole dump load of these in here. Anyway, and that's, this is just the ECG and SK and whatever else. NTE, some are NTE, I guess. Then we got a whole bunch of OEM parts, a lot of RCA stuff. I have to search to see if I can find those. There was a lot of, not too much Zenith. There was some Zenith, but not much. A lot of RCA, a lot of Sony, a lot of Panasonic. And this place was, I don't know if I should mention the name or not. I guess it doesn't really matter because they were out of business, but I'm not really sure. But they used to be a, what do you call it, authorized service center. There's some, I don't know what these are. These look like some maybe processors, some kind of processors. And then lots of these, I don't even know. A lot of these are programmable chips. I don't know. Probably a lot of this stuff I'll never even ever use. I'm sure of it, actually. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. But this is what I found today. I'm sure I'll come across the other stuff. I don't know if this is interesting or not. But, every once in a while, I mean, it's getting a lot more rare now to come across these shops that are going out of business. These people actually contacted me because when they were in business, I had given them some business a couple of years ago, and just like everything else, the people that owned it got older, and business just wasn't that good anymore, and they just decided to close up. And I guess he was telling me that the manufacturers, you have to go with the flow. They started doing repairs on a lot of flat screen TVs. And what he told me is that most of the time when they got a repair, even if it was under warranty, they would have to go pick up the set, depending on the size. I think, I don't remember exactly, but I think he said like 50-inch or bigger, or 40, whatever it was, 42-inch or bigger, they would have to go pick up. If it was smaller, then it had to be brought in by the customer. But I can't remember, it was something like that. But either way, he told me that they would go get the set or whatever, they would put their time in it, and the manufacturer would just deem it unrepairable after the shop did what they needed to do. They still would deem it unrepairable and give the customer some kind of a coupon to pick out a new television. So, you know, he thought after a while it just wasn't worth it anymore. You know, even for warranty stuff. Because he thought that warranty would save him, but it didn't. I guess it was cheaper, you know. Who knows what it costs, a lot of these sets. Who knows what some of those flat screen TVs cost to manufacture. I have a feeling some of them, you know, the manufacturing cost is pretty low. Even though some of them you go to purchase. And, you know, I guess if you know, all in all, you know, you spent $300 on a television and it's under warranty, you'd think that under warranty they would fix it, but I guess if it cost them $100 to replace it, it's cheaper to just have it replaced and have to pay the shop. He never really told me what they were getting per TV to do the repairs, but I'm sure it wasn't that much, and I'm sure it was probably a fixed price. Anyway, that's it for this one. I just thought I would, because I mentioned that in the last video, I thought I would just show you some of this stuff. I know some of this SK, ECG stuff, I'm pretty sure it's difficult to get now. I don't even know if these services are still available. Does anybody know? Is SK, RCA SK, or Philips ECG? I don't think they are. I don't think so. I think NTE was the last one, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm not really sure. You know, everything you need today, you wind up going on eBay and buying some kind of counterfeit part anyway. That's another whole story. And that's good, but one of the things that I know, all of these parts I have, none of them are counterfeit. The Sony parts especially. Nothing that I have is counterfeit. And that's, you know, a problem. You buy something online that you think is an original, and it turns out to be garbage, and you could have had whatever you're working on repaired, and putting a counterfeit part that may not work in the first place either throws you for a loop, or it destroys more of what you need to replace. So, you know, it's a lose-lose in any way, in any direction. Anyways, that's it for this one. And I guess, well, I'll see if I can find, I know I have some other boxes that have the OEM parts in it. I'll see if it's worth, if there was enough. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there was quite a bit of OEM parts as well. So I'll go. Resistors, I got capacitors and resistors. I've got enough for probably 50 lifetimes, especially resistors. I don't know why they had so much stuff, but they did. They had just tons and tons. It may have been a requirement for the to be authorized service. It may have been a requirement to have all that stuff on hand. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Anyway. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.